Growing up, I cried a lot. I was one of those babies. I was scared of people. I was scared of adults, especially. I basically held my emotions captive for a long time. To be honest, it's not easy facing yourself. It's really not easy when you have to sit down and look at yourself in the mirror. Hi everyone, my name is Kimia Andrew, and you are welcome to another beautiful episode of Shared Chapters on Butchpod.com. Hi, welcome. How have you been? How was your week? Hope you've been having fun. Hope you've been living life. La Vita Loca. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, yes. Welcome to Shared Chapters, the space where I let you into my life, into my decisions, into my actions, what I'm going through, what I've been through, and how I'm dealing with what I've been through, and how they're affecting my future. So basically, you're here listening, letting me have the privilege of letting you into my life. I don't know if that makes sense, but hey, I mean, it definitely does to me. Oh, welcome. I'm super happy to have you today. And today we're going to be talking about something quite interesting. Now, I'm what you would call an empath, right? So I have a lot of emotions. I also have a lot of emotions. I might come off as cold to some people, but that's still part of it. That's not an excuse. Let me not say that's not an excuse. Oh, I'm just telling you that if you think I'm mean, the reason why you think I'm mean is because I'm not letting you in as much, right? Might be because I don't trust you, but I mean, don't feel bad. Everybody has the right to trust or not trust people, right? So yes, so I'm an empath and I feel things a lot, right? I feel things a lot, and I didn't know that I was that way. I didn't know that there was an explanation to the way that I behaved growing up, right? So growing up, I cried a lot. Hey, I cried a lot. I would cry a lot. I was one of those babies that cried a lot. I was scared of people. I was scared of adults, especially. Yes, I was very scared of adults because I tried beating this in my life. But yes, I was scared of adults, right? And I learned early on, at a very early age, to bottle up my emotions. Never a good idea, but I learned that. I learned to keep my emotions bottled up. I learned not to cry. I wasn't very successful with it until like my late teens, but I had to learn how to bottle up my emotions. And because of that, now, later in my years, I'm beginning to have to open up some of these bottles. And believe me, it's not been easy because for some reason, things happen in life, right? Things happen in life. You go through things with people, and you experience certain emotions. And for someone like me, anytime I experience really heavy emotions, I just bottle them out, press them down, like push it down. That's never a good idea. Like that has never worked. That's never helped me. So yeah, for a very long time, if someone would do something to me, right? Like let's say I have it's not even anything deep. Just something. Someone said something that kind of hurt me. I would tell myself, "Oh, it's nothing. It's no big deal." But I felt hurt. I wouldn't tell the person that, "Hey, what you said hurt me." I wouldn't say that. I'll just keep it in and be telling myself, "It's no big deal now. Why are you getting angry? It's no big deal now. Why are you feeling this way?" I really, literally will be telling myself, "It's no big deal. It's no big deal." And the more I tell myself, the more resentful I become. Not because of anything, but just because of the fact that I didn't let my emotions get acknowledged. I basically held my emotions captive for a long time. Growing up, like it's a lot of things. As a child, you don't think a lot about issues. Like you don't think a lot about things that you don't do. Even if you are beaten because of something you didn't really do, right? You just be like, okay, it's not fair, but that's life. You move on. But as I grew older, when things happen, I would bottle them down and I would get hurt and I would keep getting hurt. And it got to a point where I was like, okay, you have to stop. You just have to stop. And if you don't stop this, it's going to affect you. And it has affected me to the point where I stopped being compassionate to a point towards people. Now, let me explain. I watch a lot of Korean drama. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I watch a lot of Korean drama. And if you watch Korean drama, you will know how you will just be vexing. Oh, I will just be angry. I'll be like, why is this person quiet? This thing they're doing to you is an injustice. Why are you keeping quiet? Why are you not speaking up? Like, you know how we think that our culture is oppressive? Well, their culture is like times 2 of our own. If you are perceived as lesser in the class of people, you're going to be trampled upon. Even people that are poor like you, the moment they have the space to trample you, they will trample you. So I would get upset. I'd be like, why are you letting people trample you? Why are you letting this person bully you? Why? I would just be vexing. So one day I told myself, wait, why are you vexing this person? No, ask yourself, why are you vexing this person? Why is this person silence annoying the heck out of you? And as I said, asking questions, being curious about yourself is what helps you pull out certain things. And when I started having these conversations with myself, I realized that because of how unkind I was to myself, because of how I suppressed my own feelings, because of how I didn't allow my own feelings to see the light of day, I became unkind to people that were doing the same thing. Almost like I was angry at myself for doing that to myself. I don't know if that makes sense. So I would see someone being bullied and the person would be quiet and I'll be so angry. I'll be like, why can't you speak up? And then the question to myself would be like, what is it that happened that you didn't speak up about that you're not angry at somebody for doing the same thing, for reminding you? Like, the person was reminding me what I did to myself. And to be honest, it's not easy facing yourself. It's not easy facing yourself. Oh. It's really not easy when you have to sit down and look at yourself in the mirror. So it's not easy when you have to sit down and face yourself, look at yourself in the mirror and be honest with who you are. See, my toes are curly because I feel like this isn't something that I've really dug into like properly. But yeah, okay. So this is it, right? I've had situations where I've had people tell me, okay, hey, this person said this about you. And I'm not the kind of person going to be like, hey, how far? I heard you say this about me. I don't like confrontation, or I didn't like confrontation. Now, not so much. But not like I go and look for trouble. No. Now I just be like, hey, this thing. Or I find a way to like jokingly bring it up, and then we have the conversation. But yeah, this person, somebody would meet me and be like, hey, this person A said you are this. And I'd be like, oh, okay. Literally, that's what I would say. I wouldn't defend myself. I wouldn't be like, why would they say that? I wouldn't do that. I'll just take it in and then keep it there and be like, if this person says this thing about me, maybe they're right. Yes. Somebody will say something wrong about me or something that isn't true, and I'll be like, maybe they're right. Maybe I did this. Maybe I'm this person. And I'll feel bad and I'll feel less, right? You feel less, and then there's no way for you to, well, because I'm not the kind of person that will go and meet this person, I'm like, hey, I heard you say this to me. I would still, anytime I'm around that person, I'll be remembering what they said or what I was told they said. And I'll be boiling inside, but I can't do anything. So case in point, there was this guy I was dating, right, in university. I think it was my school year in the university. I was dating this guy, and a friend of mine met me. Was like, hey, Kimi, how far? Who are you dating? No, I heard you're dating one guy. I said, it's not really, but like, I was like, yeah, not really. It wasn't anything serious, honestly. It was just like a situationship. It wasn't anything serious. And he was like, you better leave that guy because he's going around telling people that you're throwing yourself at him. I was like, problem. Me that didn't really like the guy, you. Okay, I'm not proud of this, but yeah, that's what happened. I really didn't like the guy. I just wanted to try something new. I'd been making terrible decisions when it came to guys, so I was like, okay, let me just try something new. Maybe if I try something new, it will shake me out of this, my obsession of dating a particular kind of guy. So when I heard that, I was like, he said that. I was like, okay. And so I went and I was like, but wait, why would he say something like that? That's absolutely not true. He came to meet me. He was the one that asked me out. He was the one that's been disturbing me. Why would he go around and say something like that? I kept quiet, yeah. I didn't confront him. I didn't say anything. Then a friend of mine later on, she was like, when I actually told a friend of mine about this situation, she was like, well, the truth is, like her friend also told her that the guy said that I was throwing myself at him. I was pissed off. Oh my gosh. Hey, God. I was angry. I was so angry, and I never met him. I never told him to his face. I was so angry. I was just so angry. I was like, why would he say something like this? I never called him. I never confronted him. And I was just boiling. I was just boiling. I was like, okay, it's over. It's done. I'm not going to talk to him. I didn't talk to him. He didn't talk to me because, of course, it wasn't a serious relationship. We barely spoke. Like, I think we would speak like once in like 2 weeks. So obviously it wasn't a serious relationship. So I think that was one of my anger points. It's not a serious relationship. Why are you telling people these lies? What did I ever do to you that will make you tell people these lies? Is it because you've been asking me out for a long time and I didn't agree? And then now you just want to play me black? I was so pissed off. I think that was the first time in my life I was like, okay, you know what? Let's say something. So I sent him a message. I just said, why'd you do it? He was like, eh? I said, why did you go around telling people this thing? He said, no, he didn't say anything like that though. That what he explained himself. Oh, he said everything. Me kuma to. I don't know now. I now believed him. But I still ended things. I was like, whatever, like it's still over and done with. Like I was already done. I was out of the relationship with him, to be honest. I was just out. I was done. I didn't want to be in the mess. It already was a mess. I just didn't want to be in a mess. So I just let him go. I let him be. And years later, I actually came to realize that he actually said those things. He actually said it because he had a serious girlfriend that he was dating because they're now married. And I was like his side piece that wasn't serious. The annoying part is that this guy kept talking to me about marriage. Why? But why? Why did you do it? Like, why? You are deceiving somebody. You know you are deceiving that person. You now bring marriage into it. When you know in your heart that you are deceiving that person, I know you wicked somebody. No, let's be honest. I know wicked. You know you're not serious with this person. Let it be that you're not serious with this person. The person has already agreed to be in the unseriousness with you. Why do you have to? And later on, I was like, but why? You were not serious with me. I obviously wasn't serious with you. You now get offended when I tell you that I'm not serious with you. Or I didn't even say I wasn't serious with him. I just told him that if I do get married to anybody, my career comes first. He was angry. I'm like, brother, you're angry about something that you knew. You knew you were deceiving me. It wasn't even deceit. We were in a unserious something. Why you? Oh my gosh. Anyway, that happened, right? So I think that was the beginning of me learning to start confronting people. I still am not very good at it. I'm not going to lie, but I had to also, I think when I turned 30, that was when like the shackles began to break, right? I think that was when the shackles began to break for me. As I started getting bold, I decided to start speaking up about certain things because I already had, there was no space inside my heart. My space for resentment, it was already full. I already had it filled up. I needed to start taking things out. And by the time I got to 30, I realized that there was no space to even keep anything inside. So it's not like I can't keep things in my mind. I just don't have the space. So if somebody does something to me, I would give a reply immediately because another sign that you have like this, I don't know if it's a self-esteem issue. I don't know, I'll come back to it later, but I don't know if it's a self-esteem issue, but anytime somebody will say something to me, I want to reply, but I wouldn't be able to bring out the reply. And then I'll just keep playing that thing in my mind. I'll just be rewinding it. I'll just keep playing. Why didn't you say this? Why didn't you say this? Why didn't you say this? Why did this person say this thing? Oh, like all of those thoughts will be running through my head. So what I do now is, it's not even that I do it now. I had to learn. When the first time it happened, someone said something, and I wanted to give a reply and held my tongue. I went home and I said, this is what you should have said. So I started practicing. I started rehearsing, like I would run scenarios that have happened in the past before, and I would give a reply. Maybe someone said something about the way that I looked and it hurt me. I would give a reply to myself. Maybe they'll like, this is your top. It's not fair. I say, but at least it's fine now. No, I'll say, but at least I wore it. Is it your top? I literally had to learn to be that person. Now I do it. People even say that you're kind of mean. I'm like, but I don't care. I don't care. Not that I do not care about people, but that I don't care that you think that I'm mean, because me being this way is the only way for me to protect myself. I am very nice to people that deal with that part of me. If you bring negative around me, I will give it to you. Not because I am a negative person, but because I give energy for energy. If you come to me, you're like bright, you're like cherry, I'll give you that. If you're love, I'll give you love. If you're negative, I'm not even giving you a negative back so that you would feel bad. No, I won't tell you. I'll tell you that the reason why I'm giving you back this is because you came to me with this energy. So it's not even that I'm being mean. No. It's just that I feel, I don't feel like, to be honest, I feel like somehow it's my responsibility. If you're around me and you're being mean unnecessarily to people, I'm going to let you know that you are being unnecessary. I'll let you know. If you're being mean, I'll let you know. I'll give you the energy you're giving me back. And as much as sometimes it gives me like some form of little petty joy, I just know that I can't dwell on it for long. Like, I cannot dwell on it for long. And yeah, I don't know. I'm still dealing with my resentment issues. I have to keep asking myself questions. I have to keep facing the anger that rises a lot of the time. And it's not like I have resentment towards people. It's just that I hate that certain things have happened to me and I didn't tackle them when they happened. So it's almost like an anger of not protecting myself. I feel bad for not protecting myself. So I'm angry with myself because I didn't protect myself. I'm learning to forgive myself, definitely, because, I mean, who am I to not forgive myself when a who saved you or died for me, right? Who am I? So I'm learning that. I'm learning to forgive myself. I'm learning to let go. But in the process of learning to let go and the process of coming to a place where I fall in love with myself again, I have to tackle my resentment. And the resentment isn't because I'm a bad person. It's just that things have happened. I didn't tackle them when they needed to be tackled. And now it's almost like I'm making up for it. It's almost like I'm making up for it. Right? It's almost like I'm making up for it. But I'm not mean. You can see that I'm not a mean person. I'm just, I don't know. I'm a very nice person. I'm a very nice person, honest. I'm a very nice person. But even at that, I'm not like nice, because even nice people, don't trust nice people. Nice people is a trap. Nice people are a trap. So I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation today. I mean, there's a lot I'm trying to dig up from here. You can see that I'm realizing certain things as I'm talking. There's a lot that I'm like taking apart. So yes, real time, real issues. I'm not even hiding it anymore. You're just seeing me dissect certain things. And hopefully I would come back with more news on whatever it is that I'm going through. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Like, I hope you enjoyed this conversation today, because I feel like I was going through a lot in my mind, and I'm taking you guys on this whirlwind roller coaster as it's happening real time. Ah, my gosh, I'm a lot. I know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had fun. If you have any comments, please make sure you drop in the comment section. Any questions, I would love to get your questions. I would love to reply your questions. So make sure you do that in the comment section below. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.